Hey everyone, I'm Ami and this is part 2 of the Danielle H. Pink When series, where I sum up the core messages I have taken away from the book. Let's get into it. The book mentions examinations about the most optimal periods for solving general knowledge tasks and logical tasks. Our brains are most effective in the morning hours to keep distracting thoughts away. This is the inhibitory control because it prevents intruding thoughts from taking effect. Thus, we can better focus on the essential things where we need more concentration and focus. These hours of the day are the best for solving logical tasks. However, when it comes to general knowledge issues and creativity, inhibitory control can even be harmful because divine spark is much more likely to be born if we are a little deconcentrated, when our thoughts can just wander off. I think we have all experienced this when there was a situation when we were absolutely not focusing, but suddenly something very useful or helpful came to our mind. Because sometimes it is easier to notice cohesions when we are not listening or concentrating intently and very hard. Maybe, for example, under the shower, when we are cleaning, or when we are in the bed already trying to sleep. This phenomenon is the inspiration paradox, when our creativity and innovation strengthens when we are actually not in top form, at least based on the circadian rhythm, most of us. But it's important to know that not all brain work is the same. In the morning hours, most of us perform well in tasks that require logic, vigilance, and concentration. And in the later stages of the day, we are better at questions involving literacy, general knowledge, and creativity. But let's get into this a bit more detailed. The phrase, most of us, was used several times, but not all of us work in the same way. Everyone has their own chronotype and individual circadian rhythm that affects our physiological and psychological characteristics. Some people have late chronotype, which means they wake up late, they don't like the morning hours, but they are capable of higher brain performance in the late afternoon or even later in the day. Some people are early chronotypes. They get up early, are energetic during the day, but they are exhausted in the late afternoon or evening. So there are larks and owls. Basically, this is how we could summarize the characteristics of each chronotypes. And this is how we can easily group the biorhythms of people. This is a simplified bipolar classification. Of course, it's not this simple. For example, there are the third birds, the slightly early type people. If you want to find out which chronotype you belong to, using the simple method of Roenberg, who is the world's most famous chronobiologist, identify yourself on the Roenberg chart by answering 3 questions. Take, for example, a day off from work when you don't have to wake up on time, and answer the following 3 questions. What time do you usually go to sleep? Second one, what time do you usually get up? And the third one, what's the half time between the 2 times? So if, for example, we go to sleep at 12 and wake up at 8, the mid-sleep is 4 in the morning. From the obtained result, we can identify ourselves on the diagram. Our chronotype is largely determined by our genetic inheritance. We are either born a lark or an owl or the third bird. However, our age and gender also influences our chronotype. We are usually larks when we are children, owls in adolescence, and then in our 20s we tend to become larks again. But the living conditions also determine our group, as there are disproportionately many owls among university and college students. Before the age of 50, women gravitate more to the morning type people and men toward the evening types. These differences decrease after the age of 50, and according to Roenberg, people over 60 usually have an earlier chronotype than they had in their childhood. However, if we prescinde from age and gender, most of the people belong to the third birds. That's it for today. I hope you found today's video informative and useful. If so, please subscribe and see you in the next one. Bye.